Okay, welcome back to Spring Galaxies Part 3. Was going to start out in the constellation Leo and move on to some other constellations. Some of the objects that we'll be covering tonight are M65, M66, Markarian's Chain, M90, M51, M100. There also may be some star clusters added to the collection as well. Well, okay, let's go ahead and zoom into the point of interest here. It's in the kind of the hind section of the constellation. Here they are, the three galaxies of interest tonight. First up is M66, and here it is. It has a wonderful spiral structure to it. See some nice dust lanes in it as well. The next one is M65. It's kind of laying on its back a little bit more. Some beautiful dust lanes in that. You can really see the shape of that. And the next one is NGC 3628. It is an edge-on galaxy we're seeing on its from its edge there, and we see a lot of the dust lane there. Okay, this is the trio of galaxies of interest this evening, and I will attempt to photograph these in the upcoming frame here. And here we go. This is the photograph. You can see M66 at the bottom, M65, and NGC. I have the magnitudes labeled, and they're just a wonderful little collection of galaxies just in one frame. Really nice to have. Our next object is M90, a wonderful spiral galaxy. And some data about it. It's about 9.3 on the magnitude. My photograph, not as quite as spectacular as the previous slide, but here it is, M90. An object called the Markarian's Chain has been on my bucket list for a few years, and I've made some progress in this area. And here we are. Here's the photograph I took of the chain of galaxies here. A very rushed photograph. I was running out of time and such. So this was 8.3 seconds, 38 frames combined. I need to do a lot more frames to get the noise out of there. And I'll assure you I'll do this. I'll put some comments in here and we'll identify all these galaxies here. The N stands for NGC. So lots of NGC numbers in there. There's M86, M84. 12 magnitude galaxies, okay? Just amazing with a 2-inch scope. And we'll go ahead and drop the comments off so you can just see and just take in the photograph here. A little grainy, but I'm working on that. I plan to retake this photograph several times with much longer exposures, which will get that signal-to-noise ratio down, and I'll get all that speckling out of there. It'll be a nice black or dark gray sky coming forward here. Really enjoyed the shot. And the Markarian's Chain has been on my bucket list for a while. It's got some great galaxies in there, and it's just, wow, it's amazing. And we're going to go back to the constellation Leo again. Leo has a lot of galaxies. This is Leo, and let me turn on all the galaxies at 12th magnitude or brighter. Lots of them, okay? So Leo is looking outside our galaxy. As promised, I re-imaged the Markarian's Chain of galaxies here with about a half-hour exposure, so we got a little better detail and less noise in the image. Okay, moving on to a new constellation. This is the Ursa Major, and we're going to look at the Whirlpool Galaxy. Let me show you where that's at. It's actually in the handle of the Big Dipper there, and we're going to zoom in and show you the image here. And here we go. We're going to zoom on in. It's kind of like a two-part galaxy. It's kind of like a companion to it. Here it is. It's about 7.9 magnitude, Whirlpool Galaxy, a famous galaxy here. And here's my photograph. There we go. A little grainy yet. Again, I'm using a 2-inch telescope and a kind of a primitive camera, but very nice shot of the Whirlpool Galaxy. Going to move on to M100, another wonderful spiral galaxy with some real nice definite arms in it. And we'll go to my photograph here, and you'll see the galaxy here. Again, I apologize for the grain, but there it is. There's the spiral arms of M100. And so anyway, this concludes our part 3 of our springtime galaxies. Stay tuned for more coming up next.